Welcome back to Dice to Meet You. This is a podcast where we're about to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your host and your Dungeon Master, Keith McBlane.
I am Criminal Mastermind Glen Tickle, who plays Grouse.
I'm Jacob Haller. I play Skullbutt the Cat Bard, who is about to do a lot of fast talking, I hope.
I'm Tara Dunderdale. I play Audreyn Thwaite, who is really interested in some of the zoning policy in this city.
And I am Decim, and I play your ever-so-loving character, Troy. Wait, fuck, I messed that up.
Nope.
So last time we were here, I think we might have had our first actual proper cliffhanger of the season. Y'all broke into the Office of Housing and Zoning, and the sheriff is coming right towards you. So Skullbutt is first in line. So Skullbutt, what do you do?
Okay, so Mr. Blades and Remy are also in the office of yeah.
They're attempting to hide.
I'm probably worrying too much about this, but I feel like I rolled a 20 on my perception check, so I got enough warning that I was able to get my loot out and prepare this song. This all makes perfect sense. And this is going to be the verbal component of a spell that I'm going to cast, which is Calm Emotions.
Okay.
Suppress strong emotions in a group of people in 20-foot radius of a chosen point. Charisma saving throw to resist. So here's a song I wrote, and I want to send it out to any members of law enforcement who are out there. I salute your service, and I hope you enjoy the song. Here goes. Don't punch before asking questions. Inquire before you do any harm. Ask first, you might find that you'd previously been blind to reasons to not be alarmed. Don't punch before asking questions. It's a thing you'll regret if you do. If you act prematurely, you might find metaphorically that the one that you're punching is you. All right. So I've done that song once. I'm going to sing it again. And if you want to sing along, maybe that would be fun. I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, okay, I'll sing along.
Great. The first line is, don't punch before asking questions. Here we go. Don't punch before asking questions. Inquire before you do any harm. Ask first. Ask first. You might find that you've previously been blind to reasons to not be alarmed. Don't punch again. Here we go. Don't punch before asking questions. It's a thing. You'll regret if you do. If you act prematurely, you might find metaphorically that the one that you're punching is you. Yes, the one that you're punching is you. Perfect. That was great.
Oh, God. The audio desync, it makes you cringe so hard.
I kind of wondered how a sing-along over Skype would work, and the answer is fantastically. It could not have been
Perfectly. It works. That went flawlessly, I would say.
Oh, my God. All right.
I would have joined in, but I think I'm hiding was my last action.
God, the episode's over.
Grouse just starts singing from on top of a filing cabinet.
I would have joined in, but I'm literally crying right now.
You didn't even rehearse that, people.
No,
You couldn't
it's amazing. So I put my loot in its case, and I turn towards Night Whisker, and I say, "What can I do for you, Sheriff?"
Well, I just rolled my saving throw, so you're gonna see what happens based on that. And Night Whisper says, "Hey, that was pretty good. You should be a bard." And then he runs at you.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, does he ask questions first?
Apparently not. Now, what's Skullbutt's armor class?
Good question. I guess I don't need these lyrics anymore. My armor class is 15.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like people don't listen to the message of these songs.
A shame.
Yeah, no kidding. So Night Whisper just basically jumps at you and just like kicks you right in the face, and then sort of as his momentum is carrying through, he somehow just like spins around and kicks you twice in the back. It's sort of like just like one of those moves that a cat pulls that looks just physically impossible if you look at it closely. So let's see what kind of damage that does.
Emotionally?
So you take 27 damage.
Great.
And then Night Whisper is going to continue running on straight into the Office of Housing and Zoning. How are you looking, by the way? I know that bards are...
I need fewer digits to keep track of my hit points than I did before. I have 9.
So that didn't go particularly well for you.
I think that's a fair summary. Nothing about that went as I had hoped it would.
So I guess we'll cut to inside of the Office of Housing and Zoning. Remy, I guess, didn't even bother to hide. She's just sort of running back and forth in a panic. And for some reason, Grouse, you see Mr. Blades is he pulls a couple of knives out of hidden sheaths on his body, and he's just like stuffing the blades like into random filing cabinets.
Filed under K for knives.
So Night Whisper bursts in the door. Hey guys, I thought I told you not to do any bad stuff. You know what breaking and entering is? It's bad. Y'all are under arrest.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, oh, wait, is this office not open now? We thought because it was a public building that we could come and look at some of the records. We just, wanted to learn more about this city.
We love it so much.
I mean, clearly you picked the lock, right?
What lock?
He's gonna just point to the door. The deputy saw you. Listen, guys, it's probably just gonna be best if you turn yourselves over without a fight. I mean, resisting arrest, that's gonna be a much tougher charge than just breaking and entering.
Listen, I know you have done some pretty terrible things, and you're right. You should turn yourself in without a fight. Like, if you'll accompany us, we will walk with you and turn yourself in.
Don't turn this around on me. I'm the sheriff, and you're the criminal.
Listen. You're the one who came in here when it's closed. I mean, we saw you break in just now.
Yeah, but, like...
you can't argue with the law.
You also attacked an unarmed bard.
Yeah, you kicked a cat. Like, dude,
Did we
come
see
on.
that? Do we know that happened? I'm just going to assume that happened.
I imagine there were noises that...
So
heard that,
Night Whisper is actually wearing a particular item that I'm going to describe. He's wearing a choker with a red jewel in the center, and it's actually going to light up with a flash, and actually a familiar voice issues through it. It's going to say, don't let them confuse you, just beat them up already.
Wait, I can't, try to do a deception check on this fool?
To gaslight him into thinking he broke into the building?
I mean, it seemed to have been working for a minute.
I guess you can try a deception check, but I think I'm going to roll with advantage since it's pretty obvious what the situation is.
All right, with my deception, I have 16.
By the way, while
Okay.
this is going on, Audreyn is eating files.
Right. Night Whisper's not fooled, and he's gonna point to Audreyn and say, "Hey, that's destruction of property."
Delicious property.
And Night Whisper is going to pull out a set of manacles from his pack, and he's gonna say, All right, you have 10 seconds to come over here and put these on. Otherwise, I'm gonna go loud on you punks.
Make it 20.
Do I look like I'm here to negotiate?
Do I look like I'm a bear?
I mean, yeah.
All right, good. As long as we're understanding. 20 seconds.
I
Good.
learned how to identify animals in 1st grade.
I'm very proud of you.
Me too.
So 20 seconds.
So do you actually come with the sheriff peacefully?
I'm waiting to see what the rest of the group does. I was still like mentally screwing with this guy.
I'm trying to decide if do I just want to stay hidden and watch you guys get arrested and then try to plan a heist?
Wait, how big is this fool?
Night Whisper, he's 5'6".
I mean, he just almost kicked our bard to death immediately. So,
And how tall am I?
I don't know how tall you are. Probably you're big.
you're a big boy.
Yeah, you can like decide how tall you are on your character sheet. There's an actual field for that.
Okay. But I am very heavy though. I'm a bear. Can I pretend to follow this fool but fall on top of him?
I guess so. So you. Okay, so
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the rules against bad plans.
okay, let me understand if I understand what you're doing here. So you're just
I
gonna
basically want to
walk up
attack
to him,
him and
pretend.
cause a distraction, but make it seem that there was no malicious intent in the process.
Like you're gonna
Right.
go over to where he is and then just tip over.
Okay, so I'm gonna treat this kind of like a trip attempt, I guess. Or a shove attempt, one of those. So I guess I'm gonna have you make an athletics check opposed by Night Whisper's acrobatics, and then to make it look like a mistake, I'm gonna have you roll deception opposed by Night Whisper's insight.
So I do 2 checks.
Yeah, let's resolve the athletics first.
19.
Night Whisper got a net 20.
Get the fuck out of here.
Whoa.
So you do, I guess, like a fake stumble and just try and pancake Night Whisper, but with just like the easiest, most efficient movement. He just takes like half a step to the side and you go tumbling on your face.
Yo, man, I'm so sorry. I have to do a roll. Okay. 15.
Night Whisper got a 25.
Yo, fuck this guy.
And Night Whisper's gonna say, "What did I tell you about resisting arrest?"
Bruh.
Now I'm
I
gonna
fell.
have to hurt you really bad. So
I don't mean to be that guy, but it's badly.
I mean, so I guess anyone who wants to resist arrest, now is the time to roll initiative. Again, this is only if you want to resist arrest. You can stay out of it. But now I have to go find my combat spreadsheet.
Can I like pull out my rope and just start like dangling it?
Eating it.
What are you doing with the rope?
Just like just like I'm gonna like kind of toss it over in Night Whisper's direction and then just wiggle it.
You can try. I mean, I guess to distract him, that would be like another deception check.
All right. $19.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna roll this one with disadvantage. He is a cat. Oh, that's only an 11. So, I'll give you the first round of combat. Night Whisper is distracted and uses this action to bat at the rope. But we're still gonna do initiative.
Get it, Night Whisper.
Are we fighting this
I
guy?
mean, he's
or...
basically going to be arresting me anyway, so I feel that we...
Yeah, but he might not be killing you.
Well, yeah, but he's a cat, and I'm a bear. So
You're a fantasy bear in a made up game where this guy clearly is pretty good at kicking.
yeah, but he's also fictional.
Yeah, that's sort of what's giving him the edge here. Like if you were a real bear and he was a real cat, yeah, I don't see how that arrest is going to go too smoothly, but this is pretend.
Listen, guys, I just want to clarify that the three of us have taken down demons, and now you're hesitant about fighting a cat.
I mean, a cat that clearly has a magic necklace that lets it be controlled by demons.
Fuck it, I'm biting this cat.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm staying outside. I'm not in this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad plan.
Yeah. That was kind of what I wanted to do, was go join you.
I'll admit I was debating just going back to the inn and just calling it a night, but then I thought that might be a little much.
Go find Kevin. Tell him we need help.
So Night Whisper goes first, followed by Grouse, then Audreyn, then Decim. So Night Whisper's turn. Again, he's gonna spend his action batting at the rope. But yeah, I guess since this doesn't technically require an action, he's also going to pull a small black stone out of his belt pouch, and that'll be all for his turn. So now it's Grouse.
I just feel like this is such a bad idea, guys.
This is absolutely a bad idea.
I think it's a great idea.
That's where you're wrong.
If you guys all die, I'll try to find that porcupine, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, good luck finishing this adventure all by yourself. Man,
Our punishment is we're all gonna have to play Kevin.
Oh my god. All right.
Suddenly, Kevin develops a hugely irrational aversion to going through doors.
That was our mistake. You guys went through the door. You shouldn't have gone through the door. I stayed outside and I almost died, but
I feel like attacking was a bad idea, but we already rolled initiative.
I mean, we're in initiative, but we could still try to, disengage, right?
True, you can try running away or theoretically even persuading him to, or turning yourselves in or something like that.
I'm gonna try to sneak out the door.
Okay, make another stealth check. I'm gonna roll perception, but with disadvantage, since this rope is pretty engaging.
Yeah, he's distracted and I'm hiding, so... I got
Okay.
26.
Oh yeah, I got 11. You're good.
Cool.
Did I see him leave?
Probably
Do I-
not, in fact. But then I'm also gonna roll a perception for an entirely different entity.
oh yeah.
It was 26, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Can I roll perception to see if I saw Grouse go? I think that's gonna influence.
You can, but
what I
26 is gonna be hard to beat. What did you get?
But I have plus 6. Okay, I did bad. 16.
Despite your basically soundless movement and slipping through the shadows as well as you ever had, you feel pretty good once you get through the door and out onto the dark city streets. But nonetheless, the red jewel on Night Whisper's choker is gonna light up, and you hear that same voice again coming through, and it's gonna say, "What are you doing, you dummy? One of them's getting away." So that's gonna cause Night Whisper to snap out of his playful distractibility. So now it's Audryn's turn.
Wait. Or is it? I'm going to use my cunning action as my bonus and hide.
Going to make, I guess, another stealth check.
Yeah, just a 24 that time.
Okay. So now it's Audryn's turn.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I don't want to fight this cat.
I mean, he might be tasty.
I eat vines, not cats.
Oh, you said fight this cat. I thought you said bite this cat.
Oh, no.
He's probably just gonna go after the bear first.
I think that I'm gonna try to hide again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So make your stealth check.
17.
So I guess you either drop or reel back the rope and try to fade into the shadows, but now that Night Whisper seems to be more aware of the situation, his eyes actually follow you without fail.
Whoops.
So now it's Decim's turn.
Can I use my stone cunning to check what that little black stone is that he pulled out?
Okay, yeah, as far as you can tell, it basically just looks like a common stone, albeit very smooth and black in color.
How would I go about, like, if I wanted to take that from him, or, like, eat it? What do I just...
You could make...
Is that just a strength check to see if I can take it from him?
Yeah, I think we're gonna play this the same as we did the trip attempt. I'll have you make an athletics check opposed by Night Whisper's acrobatics.
Alright, where's, okay. 18.
Okay, I only got a 12. So you snatch the stone from Night Whisper's grasp.
I'll eat it. He ain't getting that back.
Man, it tastes like it just tastes like a rock. I mean, it's a little bigger than your average pill, so it's a bit rough to swallow, but you do it, I guess.
Do I have, like, am I allowed to make an actual attack against him now, or is that my turn?
I'm gonna say that was an attack action, so if you have an extra attack, you can... If you get more than one attack per action, I'll let you do it.
Nope. Okay.
Okay, and Night Whisper's gonna say, "Oh man, that was one of my favorites. And hey, that's pretty gross, dude. I put those in my mouth."
I mean, so did I, so...
So then he's going to pull out...
How's everyone eating rocks?
So yeah, then he's going to pull out another stone. I guess, like, not as evenly shaped. It's a bit... I mean, it's smooth and black like the last one, but it's not got as much of a pretty shape. And then he's going to put it in his mouth and close his mouth around it. And that's his turn. Okay. So now it's Grouse's turn.
Yeah, man, I don't want to punch this cat. Because I'm worried we'll lose.
Yeah, I kind of want to just get out of here and, like, get out of town.
I mean, with that
Let's
necklace
just leave.
around that he has, it's going to be pretty hard for us to escape.
I'm just going to leave Heart City. I'm just going to pack my bags and move away.
What is it? Sinest. We'll go to the city that's all, like, lawless. We'll
I
fit
do
in
super
there.
want to get there. That sounds like a great place. For me, what if we just go to jail? Or, what's up with Mr. Blades and Remy? What are they doing?
Good question. I mean, none of them have made aggressive moves against Night Whisper. I guess Remy is shouting about how she's not an accomplice. She's just a campaign manager, and Mr. Blades has stayed silent.
All right. Man, I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to confidently walk back into the room.
Okay.
And say, guys, did you stop Kevin from trying to rob this office?
Oh my god.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Oh, what's the guy's Night Whisper?
Night Whisper.
Night Whisper, yeah.
Oh, hey, Night Whisper. Awesome. We saw Kevin trying to break in here, so we came to stop him.
Okay, roll your deception check. Boy, we're doing a lot of these, and they haven't gone particularly well.
Ooh, a lot of deception checks, a lot of hide checks.
23.
Okay.
I forgot I made deception one of my expertise. This is going to go great.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been rolling stupidly well for Night Whisper. I got a 26.
Oh.
Fuck this cat, dude.
Man, I'm just going to take it out on Kevin later.
So, Night Whisper is going to turn around to face you. And when he opens his mouth to speak, there's just like a flash of darkness. And even though it's already pretty dark out, like you're in a dark room, when I say dark, I mean dark. Like when he opens his mouth to speak, it suddenly becomes like so black that not even your dark vision can see through it. And so he's as he's speaking, this inky, complete blackness is just sort of strobing in time with his words. And Night Whisper's gonna say, "Mouse Grouse, from the moment I saw you earlier today, I knew it would end up like this, with the two of us locked in a deadly game of cat and mouse. For obvious reasons. Now,
That seems
here
racist.
we are.
Oh, I get it.
A criminal and a lawman, destined enemies who, despite being rivals, have formed a begrudging respect for each other, and maybe, just maybe, enough of a spark to ignite the flame of forbidden romance? Just throwing that out there. Anyway, you're
Whoa.
under arrest."
You've really written a lot of backstory for this. We met this morning, my dude.
I'm ready to ship this romance.
I like to think that Night Whisper is the kind of cat that all the time walks around narrating his own life.
I could
You
see it.
know, he just might be. So, is that all for Grouse's turn?
I'm just gonna make that little shrug emoji. and
Okay.
I try.
So now it's Audryn's turn.
We're just trying to help everybody.
It's pretty clear that Night Whisper didn't buy it.
I still want to try to talk our way out of this, but it does not look like that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think surrender or fight are our only options. But I think he's talking to that floating eyeball man.
Yeah.
I think that's the deputy, right?
He's talking to Tauren.
I mean, that's definitely assisting in his perception, but I want to know what the like mouth of talking darkness is.
Maybe just ask him.
Yeah. Is it a free action to talk to someone?
Oh yeah, no, you can talk. That's fine.
Hey,
Yeah.
Night Whisper. What's with the mouth rock?
Oh, that's very simple. Since I'm such a dark and edgy guy, my kung fu powers let me turn things super dark. It's very useful for fighting bad guys. As I'm about to demonstrate.
Interesting. Can we go back to the thing about how you love Grouse and you shouldn't fight someone that you love?
Night Whisper's gonna look sort of confused for a second, then he's gonna say, "Oh no, did I say that out loud?"
Yes,
It's
yes,
okay.
you did.
It's okay. Night Whisper, your feelings are valid, and that is okay. It's not. You shouldn't be embarrassed. You should own that.
My feelings are valid, but so is justice.
Absolutely. But I think the order in which we should resolve things is first we should deal with your feelings, and then justice. We promise.
We'll have plenty of time for feelings when you're in jail.
These are pretty good action movie lines.
Night Whisper, I think I have to agree with Audryn here, because what if, after you put us in jail, then you're emotionally distraught. Wouldn't you rather have that sorted out first and know if you really want to put us in jail? I don't think that your relationship with Grouse will be able to take it.
I don't think you'll be in jail for that long, guys. I mean, the mayor's usually pretty easy on newcomers. Although don't tell her I said so.
Can you give us a rough estimate of how long we'll be in jail?
He's gonna shrug and say, well, longer now that you've resisted arrest.
I did no such thing.
We're not resisting. We're just clumsy.
I just really love to eat
Tell
rocks.
you what, come with me now and I'll put in a good word for you.
Do you have any more rocks?
Can I offer an alternative?
So Night Whisper's gonna reach into his belt pouch and pull out a small handful of rocks just to show you, then put them back and say, yeah, I got a few rocks. It's not like they're super rare or anything. I mean, you can pretty much just find them anywhere. That's a trick I learned.
Is he talking to me or to Decim?
Me.
To Decim.
Okay.
What's your alternative suggestion?
How about instead of you arresting us, we leave, and then we'll go to another town. We don't have to hang out in this city right now. And then you don't have to go through all the paperwork, and you don't have to worry that the mayor finds out that you told us that sometimes she goes easy on people. And it's really just a win for everyone.
Nope, broke a law. Pretty sure you gotta get arrested.
All right, I'm not going to talk my way out of this. Should I just get arrested, guys?
Yeah. I feel like in character, I've probably been in jail a bunch. So, yeah, that's fine. Let's just go to jail.
All right. We'll go with you, Night Whisper.
Okay.
Can I help up my bear friend?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm her bear friend.
Oh yeah, has Decim just been on the ground this whole time? Anyway.
Would I be able to cast Healing Word on myself while I've been hanging out there?
Yeah, probably.
All right, I'm going to use a 3rd level slot on this because I'm not doing that great.
Skullbutt's outside literally licking his wounds.
Yes. Okay, well, that's 7 points back.
Yeah. Night Whisper's going to take the stone out of his mouth, and it's gonna become completely black until he does something that ends the darkness effect. And then he's going to slap a pair of manacles on each of you, including Skullbutt.
Manacles?
Yeah, basically an old-timey version of handcuffs.
Oh, okay.
Think of I guess the shackles and chains that you would see on someone in a fantasy movie.
Okay, thanks.
So then Night Whisper's going to walk you to his office where, again, I mentioned there's a block of cells. And first off, he's going to search you for anything that could possibly be used as a weapon. That includes your staves and daggers, and he's going to take away Grouse's thieves' tools with the lockpicks in them. He's also gonna put sort of muzzles on Grouse and Audreyn, so that you can't chew through the bars of the cell. And then he's gonna lock you each in a separate cell.
Question.
Yes.
What is the muzzle made out of?
Vines.
Well, it was leather or something.
Well, yeah, it is made of leather, but just by the shape and construction of it, I mean, it's specifically made to prevent you from chewing through things, so it's not like you can somehow just take a bite of it.
Doesn't mean she won't try.
True.
Yeah, as long as I can get my mouth open enough that my teeth will separate a little bit, and then I can force a piece of it into my mouth and then chew through it.
We just
Okay.
we just went to all the trouble of getting arrested. Are we going to try to escape immediately?
Yup. Sure am.
I guess you can probably make like a dexterity check to try and chew through your muzzle, if that's what you want to do.
Yep.
Okay.
20.
Basically, just by like mashing your face against the bars of this cell, you manage to get just like a little corner of the leather in your mouth, which you eventually chew through, which is enough to loosen the muzzle that you can eventually shake it off. It's a process that takes a good while, though.
It's fine. I'm just going to be working on that while...
Okay.
All right, so we're each in separate cells.
Yeah, and that's where you're going to be spending the night.
So I just want to clarify, I was not given a muzzle.
Correct.
And they didn't take away my claws.
I mean, you're still held by the manacles. You would break your teeth on the steel of the manacles or the cage, though.
But I can't pick the lock with my claws.
No.
Are we in separate cells insofar as, like, we're each in our own cell, but we're not, like, isolated from one another?
Yeah, no, like, it's a fairly compact arrangement of cells. Like, I guess, like, you can still see and talk to each other pretty easily. You're not, like, fully isolated. You're all in the same room.
All right, do we want to have, like, a conversation in our cells? We're like, skip to the next day.
But yeah, basically you're going to spend the night in these cells. So yeah, you can have a conversation, but eventually we're going to have to just say that you take a long rest.
All right, guys.
Unless you do make, like an earnest escape attempt.
All right, guys. I spy with my little eye something blue.
Well, the gnaw thing takes a while, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of written in the...
How long is it going to take me to chew through my face mask here?
Under an hour, we'll say.
Okay.
So this is the first time we've taken a long rest while I've been in this campaign, so I don't know how it works. Do I get all my spell slots back?
Yeah, pretty much anything that can recharge does recharge over a long rest.
All right, and how much hit points do I get back?
Let's see.
Long rest is full, right?
Yeah, long rest you regain all your hit points and your hit die.
Phew.
Which is pretty generous, and usually I would use like variant rules there, but it doesn't really matter too much.
All right. It does to me.
Are we gonna try to escape before morning, or?
I think we're fine. Let's just play this out.
All right.
Because we want to meet the mayor, so let's see if this will get us in front of the mayor.
All right. So Audryn's gonna chew most of the way through the muzzle.
Okay.
So that it's still like attached.
Right.
So it's still intact, but that I could, tear through it relatively quickly with my hands or something.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious I'm not sure what laws I broke.
If Grouse wants to stick his face up against the bars, I can do the same to his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
Sure, you do that. It's very awkward.
A goat just chewing on a mouse's face for
pretty much,
hour?
Yeah.
Again, people, any fan artists out there?
Night Whisper's just glowering.
I really hope that someone did do a drawing of our shopping adventure.
Oh yeah, Remy and Mr. Blades are there in the cells with you. They got arrested as well. Remy continues to be her usual annoying self, and she tries to talk to Decim regarding, I guess,
oh god,
your plan.
She's here?
Yeah, she is. And she's just going to be chatting nonstop about I guess your plans for the new election and how your arrest record will affect that. Until eventually she just loses consciousness almost mid-sentence and just falls asleep.
Oh, I'm gonna eat that record. There's gonna be no trace of it.
Eating things is kind of my thing.
I mean,
Just
if you want to eat it, by all means. I didn't know if you wanted to be associated with eating another criminal record, or I don't know.
Mr. Blades is going to stay awake for the whole night, but he's not being particularly talkative.
I feel like Mr. Blades should have foreseen all of this.
So in the morning, someone new is going to, I guess, walk into the sheriff's office and visit you in the cell blocks. And this woman appears human, and basically everything about her, from her poise to her tall stature, to the flowing silver dress that she wears, basically screams that she outclasses you in every way. And she's going to, I guess, walk into the room with the cell blocks and stand in front of you and cross her arms, and she's going to say, let's see, gotta figure out this voice. Well, now you've gone and made a mess of things, haven't you? Did you really think that I would allow adventurers just to break into one of my offices in my city?
Oh, you're the mayor.
Very astute.
Guys, my plan worked. We did it.
100% successful heist.
Hey, mayor lady. Guess what?
No.
No, it's not chicken butt this time, I promise you.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You're going to listen to me.
I'm gonna beat you in the upcoming election, little known fact.
She hasn't really broken composure to this point, but she's actually going to cover her mouth to stifle a laugh. That's adorable. Anyway.
Of course it's adorable. I'm a big cuddly bear. I already have, the approval of most people in the city, so you better watch yourself.
Audryn's gonna throw, something at Decim.
Okay.
She's gonna throw her skeleton foot at him. I feel like that wouldn't have gotten taken away.
Probably not.
It's my lucky skeleton foot.
So the mayor is going to say, now I do feel that I have to say to you adventurers that things work differently in Heart City. I'm sure that you're used to rolling in and out of towns, regarding only the rules that feel convenient for you and don't get in the way of whatever twisted plans that you've developed.
That's literally my alignment description, yeah.
But in here, it is not tolerated. There are no evil overlords to slay, no mad wizards to overthrow. The monsters don't even bother us up here. So your usual behavior, the madness that you are usually feel that you are entitled to, it won't stand. That's why I had the sheriff greet you on the way in. That's why this city is able to run as it does. If people like you just go around doing whatever it is you feel that you want to do, then society doesn't work anymore.
I mean, that's nice and all, but weird.
Decim, my turn to talk.
What is it?
That was in character. Mayor, we really appreciate what well-ordered city that you have established here, and a lot of this was really a misunderstanding. We just wanted to learn more about the history of the city. We thought that the zoning office would be a good place to do that, and really it just got out of hand. We're not looking to upend your social social order here or anything. We just really wanted to learn more about this place. We just didn't know very much about it and wanted to learn about your rich history.
Our deputy claims that you opened the locked door of the office, and the sheriff observed claw marks on the lock, which practically confirms it.
That could be anybody.
Sure. I mean, but
also, both the deputy and sheriff corroborate that you attempted to resist arrest, both by casting a magical enchantment and by very clumsy physical resistance.
Listen, that was just me falling.
We weren't so much trying to resist arrest. We were trying to avoid a fight with a clearly formidable law enforcement officer.
We were just trying to not get arrested.
Formidable.
I felt like if we could just talk, we could explain what was going on more. And
here's the thing: this started a few episodes ago. I don't remember what was going on.
I don't remember why we were there.
Oh,
Mayor.
Yes.
Do you know who Kevin is?
I'm not familiar.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Kevin.
You're lucky.
I haven't met everyone in the city.
All right. Well,
All right.
you should be glad you haven't met Kevin, because Kevin sucks, and all of this is Kevin's fault.
Will the sheriff confirm this if asked?
If you ask the sheriff if Kevin sucks, the sheriff
a
will
resounding
absolutely agree.
Although something tells me that's not the question I should be asking, is it?
I mean, I feel like, so you've seen a lot of adventurers do a lot of bad things in the city, I'm sure.
Yes.
But normally, I would expect that the real
like you
malefactors,
wouldn't imagine.
Yeah. I'm lucky that way. I don't have to imagine it. If you, like, normally they would be trying to go someplace where there's valuables, right? Like, that's not what we were. Literally just trying to learn about the city. We're not, we didn't go about it the right way, but we weren't trying to, harm
And you
innocent
couldn't have
citizens.
waited half a day for the office to open properly.
We were so
We
excited.
Well, hindsight is
very
2020.
curious.
We have a lot going on.
I don't care what your motives were or why you chose to break into the Office of Housing and Zoning of all places, but your actions were legal and they will be punished. 5 days. 5 days public shaming. It would be longer, but the sheriff claims that your resistance was only minimal and you did eventually agree to go along. That was probably the smart decision, otherwise you would have been dragged into your cells unconscious. Make no mistake of that. I hired the sheriff because he's very, very good at his job.
What does being sheriff pay around here?
Enough.
All right. A little non-specific.
Is there an office we could find where you'd have that information listed?
So like a public
We're
records.
real interested in the city. This is what we're saying.
We need them hard stats.
So you're saying we stay here for
What kind
5
of
days
dental
and then
comes
we
with being the
can.
sheriff?
5 days is more than enough time for me to come up with my my plans for the election to overthrow you and take your sweet ass office chair.
And she's going to say, again, that's adorable. I've been running this city for 200 years. You don't have a chance.
Sounds like you're
It'll be
scared.
fun to watch you try, though.
Yo, guys, she's scared. I got her on the ropes.
So then she's going to turn to Remy and Mr. Blades, and she's going to say, what about the two of you? I know that you're not adventurers. How
Take
did you
her
allow
away.
yourselves to get swept up in this mess? And And Remy's going to say, oh gosh, oh no, I swear I wasn't an accomplice. I'm just the campaign manager. I was there for damage control. You know, I just want to make sure that if our esteemed mayoral candidate ends up in trouble, then it won't look too bad on his record. I felt that I had to be there to give an accurate account of his actions.
I'm gonna cover for Mr. Blades. I'm gonna, before he talks, I'm gonna, I guess this is deception. Like, oh no, he was just meeting me there because I'd special ordered a knife at his store earlier that day. He was dropping it off because he said it wasn't ready when I was there.
So I'm gonna have you roll a deception check.
Oh, 19 plus. I'm deceiving like a motherfucker. 26.
Okay. Now I'm looking up the stats for the mayor.
I just don't want Mr. Blades to be mad at me.
I blame Mr. Blades for this whole thing. Skullbutt isn't a fan.
What did you roll, Grouse?
26.
Well, you could have chosen a better place to drop off your wares, but the sheriff tells me you were unarmed at the time and you did not resist. I believe this speaks to your innocence. Very well.
Some bureaucrat tomorrow is going to open up a filing cabinet.
Get
the world's worst paper cut.
So she says, she turns to Remy and says, you may go as well, but you are not to sell to this lot, and she gestures to the four of you, for 2 weeks' time. And Remy says, yes, of course, whatever you say. Thank you so much for not arresting me. That would look very bad. And then she motions for the sheriff to come in and release the two shopkeepers, which he does. And she says,
say thank you.
I'm coming for your chair.
All right.
So thank you in advance for your chair.
Welcome to our Getting to Know You segment. This is the part of the show where we all talk to each other just outside of the role-playing context and learn a little about each other as friends. So I guess I've got a question to kick off our conversation this week, and that question is, what's one hobby or skill that you feel like a darned fool for not knowing? And I guess I'll go first this time. I feel like a dumbo for not knowing how to ride horseback, and there's a specific reason for that. And I've mentioned that I live in the middle of nowhere before, and just to paint a bit more of a word picture there, within a mile of my house, just on my street alone, there are, I think, 3 or 4 horse enclosures. So
you planning a horse heist?
I'm just saying, like, I live surrounded by horses, and I've never, like, taken a lesson or anything. And it just feels like just being around so much horse, it's something I should just intrinsically know. But, like, if you asked me to get on a horse today and ride it into the sunset, I wouldn't know where to begin.
For me, I feel like a darn fool for not knowing how to proficiently play an instrument, because music was one of the things I am very passionate about, but yet I cannot really create it. Like, if I could,
you can just go rent one.
Rent a music, or
you can just go to a music store and you can rent an instrument. It takes way less time than I thought. I just did. I rented a violin.
Well, I would want to learn piano,
to try to
but
learn the violin. Oh, that might be more difficult.
Yeah.
To rent. We have a piano in our house, and I can poorly play a few songs, but I certainly don't know how to play. I played trumpet in middle school, is like sort of how I learned to read music. But then I realized, like, to play the trumpet, you don't have to read a lot of music. Like, that's pretty basic. Because then, like, when I try to play piano or even like guitar, when there's like a different clef or notes above or below a certain part, I just have no idea.
Yeah, I've just started learning how to play piano, and yeah, it seems crazy. Like just to translate the notes, like from I guess just from the sheet music to actually playing it. I mean, to sight read piano music, especially something like really complex, is just worlds beyond me. Just because you're doing it for two hands at once, and like you have to just immediately be able to identify like what dot means what note and what finger that corresponds to based on like where your hand is on the keyboard.
Yeah, there could conceivably be 10 notes at a time.
Lot.
Where trumpet, it's one. So like trying to switch that over to piano is like there's so many notes to make at the same time. I think I'm having a lot easier time trying to pick up the violin than guitar or piano, because it's one note. It's actually like in basically the same range as the trumpet. So I don't have to learn to read music much better than I can already, which is badly.
Yeah, I was gonna say the piano too. I mean, when I was like 10 or 11, we lived in a house. We rented a house that like happened to have a piano in it. So my mom was like, "You're taking piano lessons." And then my dad was in hospice care, in-home hospice care, and so we had to stop because it was too loud. And when we moved out of that house, my mom let me quit. Like I was like, because I could have like gone to my piano teacher's house, and I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And I always like was really regret that.
Yeah, my mom made me take piano lessons as a kid, as I think was the case in many families. But yeah, I got bored with it pretty quickly, and it's like it's only as an adult that I'm actually even interested in even learning an instrument, and I don't really know why that is. Maybe I think it's just like primarily so that I can like make better music for this show, but like I guess outside of that, I do have just like sort of the abstract desire to learn how to play the piano, just because that would be like a cool thing to do, and I guess like that's not a desire I've had until kind of recently.
Well, and even like learning to read music on piano when I was so young, relatively young, I did choral singing for a long time, and that that transferred really well. It was a good, like I could still read music for voice, even though I could not, if you put me in front of a piano, play really anything except for the Meow Mix theme song.
But yeah, how about you, Jake?
Yeah, let's see. Well, I was thinking about it. I record myself at home a lot, music, and then also I have all these podcasts that I record and mix and put up and stuff. And I guess the thing that I wish I knew, or I feel like I should know but don't, is like I just don't really know what I'm doing with mixing a lot. Like I don't entirely understand what I should be doing with EQ a lot of the time. Like I have some stuff that I know how to try, and I also feel like I don't have a great ear for it. So I'm definitely at a level where I feel like I do a good enough job, but I also feel like there's, this is related sort of, I guess, is that, there are professional sound engineers. Mm-hmm. All they do is when someone, at a club or whatever, a venue where there's music, that's their job. Is they just do the soundboard. But if you're at a lower level musician, you're probably not going to be playing in places that have sound engineers, so you basically have to do it yourself. And there are like different levels of training that you can get. Like professional sound engineers study it for years and know exactly what they're doing. And then there's someone like me who has basically had the half-hour lesson. A friend of mine was like, okay, if you start hearing bad noises, this is what you do to make it stop, and things like that. And I definitely also know people who, regularly run sound places that have had less training than me, which is interesting. So there's like the 10-minute, there's the half-hour training, there's the 10-minute training, there's the 30-second training. But there's also the like 5-year training, and I feel like I wish I knew more about that.
Yeah, it's definitely very complicated. I sort of feel like I'm at the same place with like mixing in sound engineering, where I pretty much am like all self-taught. And I guess the program I use for that is Adobe Audition, and there are just like so many different options for like different compression and equalization techniques. So it's just like so much to learn, and I guess like since there are so many different options in just this one program, and like across like all, I guess like different audio programs, there are even more options. So like it's really difficult to just like go online and research like, how do I do compression so that it sounds really good? Yeah, I guess there's just like, there's no one right way to do like any given thing. So that makes it really hard to approach. So yeah, but again, that's something I'm working on though, and I am trying to look at new different techniques and see what tools are available to me so that I can, make the stuff I produce sound better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying, like this year, I want to really try to dig into that a little more.
I would also like to be able to like build things better. Like
it's an essential dad skill, isn't it?
Yeah, and my dad is great at it. And I have like basic knowledge, and I'm not like afraid to use a power saw, but I feel like the idea of taking like a stack of wood and making anything that's like perfectly straight and square out of it sounds impossible. Like that's witchcraft basically.
Our coffee table has like it's made from reclaimed wood, so it's not a totally smooth top. So I made like a gaming top for it, and which that was basically just upholstering a piece of MDF, but I had all this extra materials from it, and I was like, I'm gonna build a table. And I did. It's too wobbly to put anything on, but I did build a table. But I also did it like in my apartment. Like, I don't have a wood
Did you
shop
measure
or
twice, cut once?
I definitely did not, which is why the legs are all slightly different sizes.
Well, yeah, that's your problem.
No, I think that most of it was like I had like most of it pre-cut, like at Home Depot or something, and I just can't. I don't have it. Again, I live in an apartment. I don't have like a place for a power saw.
You don't have a garage full of power tools in your apartment.
No.
Yeah, I guess I do have a little bit of experience of just building things from the days when I would do LARPing. So I know how to make like a sword out of foam and PVC. I can do a pretty good sword, but much of anything beyond that, yeah, I don't really have much craftiness.
Yeah, that's something where I feel like in high school I kind of regret not taking like a shop class kind of thing. Like I had worked with my dad on stuff he was doing around the house. Like I said, I mean, I'm not totally inept, but I feel like it'd be useful to have more practical skills in terms of like building a table or like welding something. Because I'll watch like do you guys know Colin Firth?
Mhm.
He's a inventor on YouTube that makes insane things. Like he made a giant jet powered fart cannon.
That sounds awesome.
He made like just a bunch of ridiculous stuff like that where it's hilarious, but then like watching him build it was like, oh no, this guy has like legitimate skills. Like that's a silly thing, but he really built a jet engine. He just used it to make it sound like a fart.
Yeah, I think that go ahead.
I was just saying that's very impressive to me.
I think there's like a lot of things that I like, aside from like wishing I had spent more time learning an instrument. Like there's a lot of things that I can do, but that are largely self-taught, and that I wish that I could do correctly or better. And like I'm actually taking a knife skills class this week just to learn. Like I've been cooking for 20 years, but I'm going to take a class to like learn how to use a knife, which I'm really, really excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn
seems
to
like a
debone
class
a
you
chicken.
should take before you learn to cook, being that an improperly handled knife tends to be dangerous.
Certainly, but this is also like not just, I mean, I know how to cut without cutting my fingers off.
Yeah,
And I know
okay,
to keep my
that's good.
knives sharp and stuff like that. But this is like, I'm going to learn how to debone a chicken and like the
Oh.
most efficient way to, chop onions so that you get the perfect dice and things like that. I don't know. It's
Oh,
like a
that's pretty
3-hour
cool.
class. I don't know how much they're going to actually teach us, but I know deboning a chicken is part of it.
Yeah, I know how to I know like proper knife use and maintenance from Boy Scouts, but yeah, when it comes to chopping up food, I am pretty much just wing it.
My husband bought me a knife sharpener for my birthday last year. Because so romantic.
I mean, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah. Well, he bought me a knife sharpener and a get him t-shirt. So
No.
Oh, do you mean a Garaba shirt? Oh, no. Sorry, that's
Pre-Garaba.
Pre-Garaba shirt.
Garaba's big brother.
All right, so before we get into to too many more obscure podcast references, let's get back to the adventure.
Right.
What is involved in public shaming?
Ah, yes, I was just getting to that.
We probably have
damn.
to wear some kind of stupid outfit that will make everyone laugh at us.
I don't know if you visited the town square, but it is something of a hub for our fine city. Lots of people coming in and out. A few market stalls which sell goods such as fresh fruit and the like. There are also a couple rows of stockades, which see fairly regular use as adventurers are coming into the city. Make no mistake, this is a light sentence. And she sighs. As I said, many new adventurers are coming into the city, and they simply don't have the right frame of mind, it seems, to actually live in a place with rules. So I tend towards leniency when people come in here and break the law on their first day, as you have.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know.
Yes.
Can you? But
Audrey's just going to look witheringly at Decim. If we didn't want to live here, could we just go?
So
We're
she's
not really sure why we're here. We kind of just ended up here. Mostly because we followed this awful guy named Kevin.
You don't have to stay. There are neighboring cities, but for what it's worth, after you've served your sentence, you are still welcome here. If nothing else, I do believe in second chances, or sometimes even third, fourth, or fifth. But in my many years, I have seen your type turn themselves around and actually become quite valued and productive members of this society. So, this will be my final piece of advice. Settle down. Everyone eventually settles down. So, just live your life. Get a job. Maybe find someone special to spend your days with.
Grouse winks at the sheriff.
It's not that difficult. And she's going to turn to leave. Then, just before she goes, she looks back over her shoulder and says, "And don't open the door. Don't even try." And with that, she's gone.
I'll settle down in her chair.
You keep saying that, but I haven't heard any plans for exactly what you're gonna do.
Oh, because I already have an idea. Like, I already have a pitch that's gonna get a lot of approval. And I'm gonna talk to Remy, but I'm gonna make sure she doesn't say things. I just want her to take notes.
I have to say, if you're going to do something about police brutality, you might have my vote.
All right, Remy
Remy
Remy's
already
gone.
left.
Oh,
No, she left.
fuck. Okay, never mind.
So the four of you are left with Night Whisper, and he's gonna say, "Okay, time to do public shaming." He's going to open your cells, and he's gonna notice the bite marks on both Audreyn and Grouse's muzzles, and he's like, "Dang it! You know, we have a limited budget here at the sheriff's office. We have to replace these." And he's gonna take the damaged muzzles off.
Sorry about that. I have a little bit of an anxiety disorder. It makes me nervous. I nervous chew.
Yeah, she chewed mine, so don't look at me. I didn't do this.
Yeah, that makes it less weird.
And then Night Whisper is actually going to lead you out of the office and towards the town square. So the town square is a scenic space near the center of Heart City. As the mayor said, there are a few small market stalls set up where you can buy fresh fruit and other items, and a fountain of carved gray stone depicting a dragon elegantly spraying water from its mouth burbles pleasantly in the center of it all. And again, as the mayor said, there's nearby a group of half a dozen stockades, which are all currently empty. That is until Night Whisper leads you over to them and takes off your manacles and says, "Well, here we are. Are you gonna get on in, or am I gonna have to? I'm gonna have to force you."
Oh,
I'm too tired. You need to carry me.
I'll go in, and as I'm leaning in, I'll say to the sheriff, "I'm not into this."
Well, I guess it's kind of hard to tell underneath the fur, but it kind of looks like he's blushing. And he's gonna say, "Stay professional, Night Whisper. You've got this." And then he's gonna close the stockade on you. So do y'all get in the stockades?
How long are we gonna stay in this thing?
I'll let you out tonight, and I guess we'll probably take a break in the middle of the day for lunch or something. But you'll be going out here for the next 5 days, I guess.
And we just hang?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, people throw food at you, that sort of thing.
Audrey's gonna definitely try to catch all of the food in her mouth while they throw it.
All right. So that basically happens. Over the next 5 days, you're led out again and again to the stockades. And again, a lot of people are going through the town square at various times, and yeah, it pretty much all happens as advertised. You know, at the end of the day, you're definitely all a little bit gross and sticky from the food that's been thrown at you, but then you're allowed to clean yourselves up, and overall, I mean, despite the process, you're actually allowed a pretty considerable amount of dignity, despite as long as you don't make too much of a fuss.
So we definitely need to try to get this heart door open, right?
Oh, for sure.
I think I figured it out of how to get this door open, by the way. Is that this goddess of love is not actually dead, but she resonates within all of us. That we do not have to rely on her, but we have to rely on the love in each other's hearts. Or something like that. So
Night Whisper and Grouse are the key to this whole thing.
Oh my god, yes, please.
That's that long
Yeah,
con.
wait, I have a question. So is Night Whisper's crush like, this is a world without love? Is this just
she's not the goddess
lust?
of lust.
Huh?
Well,
She's not the
lust-
goddess of lust.
Is that separate?
No, I think it's because part of the problem is that no one was having kids.
I think it's because
So I think
Mouse
it's all
is
of a piece.
such a handsome little mouse boy.
Anyway, so I guess a few days into the public shaming, actually one of the shopkeepers at the market stall, one that sells flowers, that shopkeeper is going to go up and talk to you, and she is a skunk woman. And she's gonna say, she's gonna approach you sort of tentatively and shyly, and gonna say, hello, my name is Cece. Do you mind me asking, what are you in for?
Doing cool heists.
Trying to learn.
Yeah, I guess a heist would do it. So yeah, I see a lot of people get put in the stockades, a lot of adventurers, and I guess you guys are new here, so I just want to say, you don't let it get you too down. I mean, it happens to a lot of people. So just don't worry too much about it. There's not a lot of judgment, I guess, once you've finished your sentence. It's because it's a common thing.
I like your upbeat attitude.
She says, thank you.
Audreyn is almost like nervously excited about getting arrested as she goes through this identity crisis of like having spent her whole life on the side of good.
Oh, she's like, oh, I finally get to be a bad girl.
Yeah, she's sort of like she's mentally ticked this off of her like list of things she wanted to do after essentially running away.
I can respect that.
But she's like real nervous about it.
Oh, so the words of reassurance are probably welcome.
Yeah.
What's your name, skunk flower lady?
My name's Cece. Who are you?
I'm Mouse Grouse. These are my friends. We got arrested for crimes.
We got arrested for crimes.
Have you seen? We're trying to. I just remembered. We're trying to find a porcupine named Pin with either a magic flute and a regular weapon, or a regular flute and a magic weapon. Some combination of those words.
I think it's a regular flute and an odd weapon.
Does that sound familiar? You see anybody like that?
So Cece says, I'm really sorry. I guess I'm not too good with faces. I don't remember anyone. There's a lot of people. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I forgive you. Hey, do you know any good crimes? Do you know any good crimes? crimes that
I
need
think by
doing?
definition, crimes are bad.
I mean,
So no, I don't know any good ones.
Hey, how do you feel about the mayor?
The mayor? Well, everyone loves the mayor. I mean, we don't see too much of her, but but she hired the sheriff, and he's really friendly. If you don't, but she seems like a really good person. I mean, it feels safe in the city, and that's because of her.
is it perception to tell if somebody's lying?
It would be insight.
Okay, I'm going to roll insight to see when she said that everybody likes the mayor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't
Same
think
thing.
that 5's going to cut it.
I'm gonna do the same thing. 20.
Okay. So Grouse, you can't really tell, but Audreyn, you can tell that this person is just kind of nervous to be talking to you to begin with, but when she said that everyone loves the mayor, she seems to have genuinely meant it.
But she's so mean and not a nice lady.
But she's like definitely evil, so
Well, I know that she seems mean, but that's just because, I think it's because she just can't let things get out of hand,
Do you know why she doesn't want anyone to open the heart door?
No, I don't have any idea about that. I thought people tried all the time to open the door.
What if
What if?
the secret, her biggest secret's behind the door?
Cece says, I don't know about
I mean,
anything
listen,
about
she's
any
been
secrets.
mayoring this place for like a long time. She said like 200 years. How long has that door been shut?
Longer than anyone can remember.
I think my point's valid.
So she's going to say, well, I should get back to my stall, but I just want to say, don't be too discouraged about this. It'll be
discouraged?
fine. And then she hurries off to back to her flower stall.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
A little nervous.
A little stinky.
Well,
A lot nervous. So things are pretty uneventful for the remainder of your sentence until the last day, when Night Whisper is usually kind of chatty. I mean, despite having arrested you, he seems to have a pretty friendly demeanor when there's no question of whether he's gonna have to punch you. That is until the last day, when he opens the stockades and brings you back to the sheriff's office for the final time to collect your things. And before he hands anything over, before he even opens his locker to get the weapons out for you, he's going to reach into his bag and pull something out. And I want everyone to make a perception check.
4.
Natural 20
Okay.
14.
11.
plus 6, so 26.
Oh yeah. 11 also makes it. So what did Grouse get?
14.
Okay, yeah. So everyone except Decim, as Night Whisper is reaching into his pack, sort of under his cloak, you see that he's got something strapped to his back. You can't see, not all of it comes uncovered, but you see what looks like the stock of a crossbow. Although it doesn't look like he's got an entire crossbow strapped to his back with the outline of his cloak and everything. But the thing he pulls out of his belt pouch is a crumpled sheet of paper, and you recognize it as the flyer that you put up at the Stone's Throw, asking for someone named Pin. And so Night Whisper is going to narrow his eyes and, like, stare daggers at all of you, and then he's going to open his mouth to speak. Who are you? Who are you really? Are you General Falls Special Forces or Mechanica Sleeper Agents? Are you BSP goons or interdimensional police or the jank syndicate we pissed off? Or do you just want Pin to get to Trukin and Schiffel? So you better start explaining, else I'm gonna go loud on you creeps.
I don't know what any of those words mean, my guy.
I heard a thing that I wasn't sure was a word.
Somebody asked us to find Pin.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
So he's going to look at you and say, why are you after Pin? Who are you?
We're not after her. We're trying to find her. To help her, I guess. Somebody was worried about her. So
he looks at the flyer again. Oh, and just because you say you're not going to hurt her, it doesn't mean you're one of the many people who are after her? Pretty blatant lie, guys.
Oh, wait. Is Pin your friend?
Yeah, Pin.
He looks sort of distant for a second, and he's going to say, yeah, she's my friend.
Okay, so, no, okay. Night Whisper, we've done a lot of lying here today.
So much. Oh, boy.
But believe us, we're not trying to hurt her. Her father sent us to find her because he's worried about her.
Yeah, he's some kind of wizard.
That's all we know is her dad is looking for her. Everything else, and that maybe she has a flute.
So you guys have met Trukin?
Yeah?
Where are you from?
Out of town.
Somewhere else.
And he's going to nod and say, yeah, me too. So that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
Oh shit, he's from where from, maybe.
Speak for yourself.
We will see next time. It's about time to take care of some housekeeping. Our intro and transition music was created by Ira Ray. Many thanks to him. Incidental music by me. You can find us online, dicetomeetyou.com, where we've got all of our episodes, plus some background information for this campaign. I'm also gonna try to post a little bit more about each of the characters and locations that we've encountered so far. So if you're curious about any of that, you can go there and check it out. We're also on Twitter at @DicetoMeetYou. Give us a follow, give us an @, say hi to us, say what you think of the show. We'd really like to hear from you. You can also review us on iTunes. That's a great way to help out the show, get us more visibility and more listeners. Again, I said this last time, but if you give us a 5-star review, take a screenshot of it and mail it to McBlanek@gmail.com. That's McBlanek, and I'll send you a link to the Google Docs I'm using. I'll prepare a folder of stuff that's going to get consistently updated as we finish more episodes, and in that folder you're basically going to find like all the notes and things I've written for all the locations we visited, plus the characters and things like that, so you can really sort of take a look behind the scenes at what this campaign looks like from my end of the table, so to speak. So let's take care of some plugs. I have another podcast called Friendship and Firelight, with which I do with my friends Matthew, Ivy, and usually Mika. Mika is pretty much just like a permanent fixture on that show now. Cause I guess it wasn't queer enough before. We needed one more queer. It was pretty queer before. But yeah, so give that show a listen. We have a lot of fun just talking about whatever nerd topics are on our minds for that week, or sometimes we'll just go off into an incoherent spiral of nonsense and just delve into a surreal conversational landscape where Willy Wonka is compared to a Cenobite. That happened on our last episode. It was pretty good. So check that out. You can also find my book, Persona 5e, at rpgnow.com. That should maybe be getting a print release like soon. I've been bothering the publisher so much about it because that's been ready for a while. But we'll see what happens. Persona 5e is the resource that I created that we're using to make all of our animal characters in this game. So if you want to get in on that ridiculous type of fun for your own campaign, this is the way to do it.
You can find my comedy album, Yes Really, if you go to bandcamp.glentickle.com, or maybe the other way around. Just type my name in the internet. There's only 2 other Glen Tickles in the world that I know of, and they're not as popular on the internet as me. You'll find it. It's got jokes. Also, today I'm apparently writing a movie with my 3-year-old daughter, who informed me last night that she wants to be an actress. She cannot play Donald Duck because she can't do the voice, but she wants to make a movie. So that's my plan for today. And we host a cooking show together. If you look up Cooking with Amelia, I make food with a toddler. It's fun.
How good is the toddler with knives?
She stabbed my wife in an episode.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
I think it was the first one. It was a butter knife, so she's fine. But
okay.
Was it sweet?
Okay, I was worried.
It's either the first or second. I think it's the second episode where we make apple pumpkin muffins. She just straight up knifes my wife. She will use a butter knife for stuff, but she hasn't used a sharp knife on anything yet.
I'm Jacob Haller, and I have a stupid number of projects going, but you can find out about them all at jacobhaller.com. The thing that I wanted to mention this week is I have music at jacobhaller.bandcamp.com. I have a few albums of varying levels of goofy music, but I wanted to mention it specifically, well, for 2 reasons. One is, as I mentioned in a previous episode, if you use the discount code DICE at checkout, you get half off your order. So feel free to make use of that. But also, I've created a new album there called Dice to Meet You, Stories from the Goddess's Repose. Nice. And it's just the recordings from these episodes. So there should be 4 songs up at the time this goes out. And you can download those for absolutely free. And I just thought it would be fun. There's this great cover art with Skullbutt playing the lute and dancing on the goddess's finger, looking super cute. Designed by Shannon K. Garrity, who's a web cartoonist who I like a lot. And yeah, check it out.
Cool.
Jake, I was listening to Love You Like Crazy, and there's an episode where you're talking about goats, and I got real excited.
Yeah, goats have been showing up everywhere in my podcast. It's crazy. It showed up in Lindsay Walks, too.
I have another podcast called Death Prattle. We talk about death and mourning and all the weird things. This will be a few weeks ago, but if you want to go listen, I rewatched The Body, which is the episode of Buffy where her mom dies, and Buffy and grief were both big parts of my teen years, and it brought up a lot of shit, and I talked about it on the internet, and I'm maybe proud of that episode, maybe shouldn't have put all those things in the world, but, go. I like that one a lot, so go listen to that one.
All right, so I think that about does it for this episode. I'm Keith McBlane.
I'm Glen Tickle.
I'm Jacob Haller.
I'm Tara Dunderdale.
And I'm Troy.
And until next time, it's been Dice to Meet You.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.